So we've always tried to have an element where you could go online, if that's possible for you, take a walk through the exhibition, things will pop up, there'll be audio with the artist, you'll get to see the artworks in more detail. With this particular show, because we were projecting on the floor and we did have some artworks on the wall, but the main thing was the piece on the floor. That might be a little bit boring. What are you going to VR? What are you going to walk through? We started thinking and coming up with this idea that it was all around cohesion, bringing together people, but also this idea of being able to meditate or prayer or lay down and have a nap. Kind of came up with this idea that we'd do a guided audio visual meditation using the visuals that slowly change so people could watch the actual animation, but also be guided and do, if they want to, do a meditation at home.
It's less about kind of going, how can I do this to the audience? And we're asking, what experience do I want the audience to have when they're taking part in this piece of art?
People sometimes worry that creative endeavors that they put out online can be lost in all of the noise and all of the things that's on there, or creative work that we post online can be met by an audience who is kind of scrolling past, who is grazing and browsing and channel hopping essentially. And I think it's really notable that both of you, Kat and Damon, your organisations have done work that genuinely people have engaged with, even though you've taken very different approaches as well. There is a depth of engagement with the work that you're doing.
And we've done gigs where the artist has been in one part of the country, the engineer's been like in exact opposite part of the country, the host has been in America, and the volunteer stewards, event crew have been all over the place. But it doesn't really matter where people are, and you don't have to go anywhere to do it. You can do it in your pajamas if you want to, which I'd frequently do. We kind of think of ourselves as an online art centre. And we have got a sort of a local following, many of whom are in the States, who come to pretty much everything just because they like the experience and they like us and they trust us. It's like it's a really important part of it. Otherwise, you're just watching other people have fun, and that's not the experience that we want to create. We want you to feel part of something.
In one instance, we're looking at kind of live performance, which is a linear experience that has a beginning and a middle and an end, and everything that Live to Your Living Room have done is to make sure that people are guided through that process, that they feel as comfortable as possible, as seen, as engaged with as possible, looking at things that are happening before, during and after those performances. I think that's really, really crucial. Then looking at what has happened with the Art House it's a non-linear experience. This is a gallery experience. You would not want someone to meet you at the door and walk you around it and show you all the different things and kind of set the pace. It's been much more about saying, we're just going to make this available to you and kind of step back and get out of your way and allow you to engage with it however you want to. And that's been really, really striking, those two different approaches that have worked for the art, that have worked for the art form and the audience.
And I think when you're talking about the project, but until you actually see the work, you don't. It's so kind of complex. It's interesting, isn't it? Because we're talking about it as a sort of simple, thinking it would be a simple project and all of that, but actually the sort of layers of carpet. It's quite visually, it's incredible, and then you've got these different sound layers. It's like you've thought about all of the senses and how is this going to be experienced by people.
Yeah, I mean, that again, it was something that was beyond what I could even think about. But again, I think naively, and I thought we're just creating projections, colourful projections, and we're just
that's that word, isn't it?
Just that, and and I don't think I believed in the project fully and absolutely loved it, but I didn't fully understand how complex and how many months it would take for the artist to work with people to literally pull out all of those different layers from the carpets.
The language that people use and the way that they, as an audience, were talked about, that they often felt like a second class audience almost, because people talk about the real audience and the online audience. People need to feel like they belong there. They need to feel like Damon talked about, feeling like it's for you.